definitely blown up. It's not an accident. Everybody has confirmed this. Okay, the Germans know it, the Swedes know it. There's seismic activities. Now they've gone and looked at it. It's exploded, from the outside. Okay, it exploded in. No, they did not find a unwet Russian passport. No, they did not bury John McCain at sea. I don't know if they want to look at what is it, Bornholm Island. They might want to check for Israeli dance parties, especially at rooftops. See if anybody was celebrating this attack. Maybe the Israelis did it, and they'll just say, "Hey, we thought it was an Egyptian ship." I made a whole bunch of these jokes. They're all on Telegram if you're curious about it. But to be serious, look, means and motive, it's the Americans. Okay? You could outsource the polls, whatever, but the ships that we know were in the area and the aerial reconnaissance are American. They sat there going along the pipeline. So you send a team down, drone down, whatever, kaboom. They did it. You had Biden saying he was going to do it. You had Newland saying the Americans were going to do it. You had Blinken. You had Sullivan. These retards, and they are retarded. Biden just called out to talk to a woman who's passed away months ago the other day. He's shaking hands with invisible people. He's already got one foot over on the other side. I hope it burns his toes. This is a complete neutering of the German state. Now, who wants to punish the Germans and hates the Russians? Let's see. Putin kicked out the oligarchs. We have a particular group that's steadfast on revenge. Look at Ukraine leadership. What do all the governors, the prime minister, and the president have in common with 73% of Joe Biden's cabinet? Who are the most warmongering faction within there? Let's look at the Secretary of State, the Undersecretary of State, the head of Homeland Security, the head of the CIA, the head of the Treasury. Why are we in Ukraine? It's not in American interest. It's not in German interest. It's really not in NATO's interest. It threatens their existence. I wonder who's dragging us into this conflict. Who wants to go to war with Russia rather than trading and buying their oil and gas for cheap? Who would want some kind of war, whether they get Christians and Muslims or NATO and Russia? Getting Christians to kill each other is even better. Who would want that? If only we could figure that out. Who is really pissed off that Russia is defending Syria and preventing Israel from annexing the Golan Heights completely? And who is it that stopped the proxy war where the U.S. and Israel were financing ISIS to topple Syria the same way they overthrew Saddam and Iraq? Gee, it's almost like there's some merchant donor class that benefits from all these conflicts and wars that can't stand Russia. Russia blocked them in Syria. Russia blocked them in Iran. Russia gave Iran nuclear scientists, which Israel assassinated. The scientists they were working with. Israel and the U.S. put out Stuxnet, which is part of the reason Germany took a lot of their nuclear power plants offline. They know they're going to be sabotaged anyway, so they go ahead and take them offline. They know if they don't sanction Russia and turn off Nord Stream 2, the U.S. would blow it up anyway. And they knew the same thing about Nord Stream 1. We have to stall and not give them this turbine, because if we don't, America will just blow it up anyway. Well, it's been blown up anyway. Germany, how long are you going to cuck? Make them, turn your power plants on. Make them use something like Stuxnet to sabotage it. Turn your pipelines on. Make them blow it up. Always force a dictatorship to act like one. Make them show their hand. Because you're screwed anyway. The results are the same anyway, but instead of forfeiting, force them to show their hand. They want to destroy Germany. They want to destroy Europe. They want to destroy Europeans. Wake up. America is a client state of Israel. Every fucking war, both wars in Iraq, the attacks on Lebanon, the war with Hezbollah, the war in Syria, toppling Gaddafi, who benefited? Not Europe. They got flooded with refugees. They didn't get any more oil, they got less. Iraq started selling their oil to China. But Israel got 77% of its oil from the Kurdish annexed territories in Iraq. Israel wanted to topple Syria, wrote it out in policy papers from Oded Yanan to the clean break and forward to PNAC. They're all saying we gotta cut these communication lines and get this flow from Iran to Hezbollah. Syria is the weak point. Let's get in there. They've annexed territory from them. There are pieces of Syria and Lebanon that are just like Palestine. And we keep giving them $11 million a day. If you don't sever this relationship with the donor class, they will bring us to nuclear war. And they'll be sitting pretty. As the Europeans and Russians destroy themselves, who's going to be left standing?